exercise which the patient will start after the phase 1 is ended. In phase 1, we do that MLD bandaging all in for 4 to 6 weeks, or sometime it extend to 8 weeks also. It should be done daily, and it may be done twice a day for 4 to 8 weeks. Skin must be free from infection because in this type of case, other goal of our is that is decongest the involved extremity by the MLD and by the bandaging. We treat the healthy quadrant to create the suction effect on the involved quadrant. When we do that MLD earlier in that picture, we have certain quadrant or territories. So before we go to the affected quadrant, we must go to the healthy quadrant first. When that area is cleared, then the affected areas quadrant is treated and the lymph fluid is moved towards the healthy quadrant. And also to maintain this, we use bandaging. So this is our part. And in improvement phase, will know continue with that improvement phase. The in the treatment of this phase 1, patient must go with the improvement phase using garment, stockings, self bandaging. We will make a plan for the patient by stopping our treatment to for next 15 days. Patient go with 24 into 7 self bandaging. After that 15 days, patient will go for stocking at the daytime and bandaging at the night. And after that, for next 1 month, patient will go for the stockings and the continuous exercise, which also we teach to the patient. And skin care is very much essential during this improvement phase also. Now here comes to MLD or manual lymph drainage. Manual lymph drainage is basically a gentle treatment technique. There are 4 strokes which are developed by the Dr. Emil Border, a scientist of USA. There are only 4 strokes, but these are very gentle strokes. These are not just like a massage. And the main work of this lymphatic system and reroute the lymph fluid towards the normal limb, and the limbs move to the normal quadrant and return back to the normal bloodstream. In this picture, the yellow one part denotes that this is the left side lymphedema patient, and by these red arrows, this denotes we just move the lymph from left axillary lymph node to right axillary lymph node, or left axillary to left inguinal lymph node. It should be done at anteriorly and posteriorly both. Here are some example of strokes of first one is pump. We just make a cup between index finger and thumb, and then move from proximal distal to proximal area to move the lymph. Just make a cup and do this and push it very gently. And each movement should be repeat 5 to 7 times. In MLD, we do always this 5 to 7 times. Then another one is stationary circle. By this finger padding, we make half circles, and we can do pump and stationary circle together, which is called pump and push. Pump and push. Just make a half circle by the finger pads. This is also will go from distal to proximal. All movement will go distal to proximal. Then third one is scoop. This is a rotatory movement which is usually done by the full palm starting with the finger pad and rotate the and if the patient comes lymphedema with truncal environment, for that broad area, we do rotary movement. In this, we use full palm, make a cave by our and just push. It should be done from medial to lateral towards the axillary nodes. We must go for skin care because the patients of lymphedema are very much susceptible for infection. There should not be any type of blunt injury or there should not be any type of leakage of that lymphatic fluid. So we will go for care and we will use a low pH lotion before applying the bandage to create a moisture at the limb. Then comes to compression therapy or bandaging. The primary goal is to maintain the decongestive effect achieving during MLD session, that is to prevent reaccumulation of the fluid into the tissue. Because when we do the MLD, we just make a reroute for the lymph fluid. To maintain this, we use the compression bandage. In this compression bandage, at the distal end, we maintain more pressure than the proximal area. Main principle of compression therapy, we make a uniform cylinder from distal to proximal area. The circumference of this bandage should be almost same. After full bandaging, this should be look like a cylinder. The same degree of the tension, like full stretched bandage, should be tied up. Use foam and cotton padding for make this cylinder, or only short stretch bandage should be used in this in lymphedema bandaging. The question is there, why short stretch bandage? Because usually short stretch bandaging are more expensive than the normal crab bandage or ace bandage. The in our body, in our muscle, there are two type of pressure: working pressure and resting pressure. Working pressure is that pressure when the muscle is contract or at the time of movement, that is called working pressure, or when the body is in rest, the muscle contract and muscle is contract in resting period, that is called resting pressure. In short stretch bandage, there is high working pressure and low resting pressure, whereas in normal crab bandage, up to 40 to 60%. But in crab bandage, the elasticity of crab bandage is up to 140%. And as the in that much stretch with low working capacity, and bandage with low stretch is with high working pressure. And for lymphedema, in lymphedema, for move that lymph, we need high working pressure. That's why we go for shorter stretch bandage. Now the question is why we need uh, high working pressure, or so there is a reason behind this. In just a minute. In this picture, you can see this pink part is our muscle, and the green part is our lymphatic vessel. In our lymphatic system, there is nothing to pump that that lymphatic system. Like in our circulatory system, heart is the main pump to create the pumping effect. But in the lymphatic system, nothing is there for pumping. So you can see when that muscle is contract, it create a pressure at the lymphatic vessel. This will pump that, and the lymph flow move from one area to another area. See, when the person moves, the muscle contract and lymph moves. For this, we need short stretch bandage because it has high working capacity, and to move that lymph, we need high working capacity. In another word, in a simple way, अगर आपको बताऊं कि एक टू मेंटेन समटाइम पेशेंट से कि अगर बैंडेज को 40% ही चाहिए तो हम क्रैप बैंडेज को 140% स्ट्रेच करके 40% स्ट्रेच करके भी उसको टाई अप कर सकते हैं। तो डेफिनेटली पेशेंट के थेरेपिस्ट कैन डू, बट द थिंग इज आप डिस्टल से प्रॉक्सिमल तक उसको टाई अप करते हुए 40% प्रेशर मेंटेन करना इज नॉट दैट मच पॉसिबल. If you are very much intelligent, you can maintain this pressure 40%. Okay, you can do with do just like a computer. Very good if you tie up with 40% that crab bandage. But after 40%, if the bandage is stretchable up to 140%, that means the bandage has the space to expand another 100%. And after bandaging, in human body, you can't say that edema will reduce or increase. If the lymph reversed and the edema increased, there is a space in the bandage to expand. So there is the chances to increase the edema after bandaging in crab bandage. But in short stretch bandage, if we use full stretch 40 to 60% this bandage, so in that case the bandage had no area to expand. So if the limb want to return, there is no space to not return to the limb, and the edema will not increase. So this is the simple reason why we use short stretch bandage. Now the staging of bandaging. First, we use stocking. It's just like socks, cotton socks. We after applying that low pH lotion at the skin, we use that stocking. After that, gauze bandage, the normal white bandage what we use usually. These gauze bandages used for the fingers. After that, cotton padding or foam padding to make cylinder in like texture. And after that, we will go bandaging. There are different type of bandaging. Usually in upper limb, 4 to 5 bandage usually used. The bandages start with the size of 4 centimeter, then which will start from area. Then we'll go for 6 centimeter bandage, then 8 centimeter, then 2 or 3 10 centimeter. Oh, sorry, 8 7 centimeter bandage will continue. Now, there is a assessment chart because when we go to the treatment, before starting the treatment, we must measure the circumference of that limb, circumference of affected limb as well as non-affected limb. Because by measuring that circumference of normal limb or non-affected limb, we will set a target for us that we will achieve this target to treat the patient. And we will start that measuring from 3 centimeter from the body area, that is from fingers, uh, 3 centimeter, then again 3 centimeter. After that, we will go for 5 centimeter, 3 or 4 markings. Then we measure that circumference in our chart. And after every 3 days, we will measure that circumference and will make the chart. Because when we start the treatment and we use this much bandages, usually patient irritates by this type of bandage. And after 2 or 3 measurement, when patient got some decrease in the edema by seeing your chart of that circumference, so then patient got some confidence about you or about your treatment. So this type of measurement is very much necessary for the patient's confidence. After that, in phase 2, usually we use compression garment of self-bandaging. After a 15 days phase of self-bandaging, patient will go with compression garment. There are many type of compression bandage in markets are available. Then there are some contraindications like acute infection. If there is an infection, we first go for treat that infection. There may be a renal failure or cardiac insufficiency. This is also contraindicated in lymphedema. Acute bronchitis, malignancies, palliative care. Palliative care is very much essential to care because the in palliative, as I so tell you earlier, the patient sometime in depression or in low psychological state. The in this type of patient, first we must go to gain the confidence of the patient. Patient should be mentally prepared for the treatment. After that, we will go for treatment. And if the patient have extreme pain, especially in elderly patient or 60 or 70 plus patient, some many times patient complaint of joint pain or muscle pain. So by using ice or in some patients, sometimes we can use low level laser also. But ice is much beneficial. So first reduce the pain, then apply the bandaging. There are some decongestive exercise. Decongestive exercise is very much essential, especially in our India or especially in small towns, because when the patient comes with bandage, usually the patient or their attendants tend him to rest. Usually, most of the patient come with me after bandaging with a shoulder pouch. Usually, they use rest for the limb. But as I told you, that muscle contraction is very much essential to limb movement. So just give a session, just give a treatment exercise plan to the patient. There are some simple isometric exercise or range of motion exercise. Ask the patient to use a smiley ball or some elbow ROM exercise, shoulder arm ROM exercise to at least thrice a day, or each exercise should be in 10 repetition and thrice a day. Then there are certain myths and facts about lymphedema. That means first and most important thing is MLD. Most of the patient think MLD is a massage, but as I told you, the MLD is just a gentle stroking. जैसा हम एक छोटे बच्चे को सहलाते हैं एक पर्टिकुलर वे में, it's just like that much soften. So it is a stroking technique, not a massage. Another one is elevating limb will reduce the lymphatic swelling. Gravity doesn't play any role to move that limb. In normal swelling, we usually elevate the limb, but in lymphedema, gravity don't play any role to reduce that edema. And another thing, as I told you, that no, crab bandage used in lymphedema, this cannot be used. Only short stretch bandage can be used. And the most common what I experience in my last 13 years, so, the most of the patients come with that compression machine. This machine is not useful for lymphedema because the patient needs that pressure 24 into 7. But that machine can be used at least 10, 20 minutes or maximum 30 minutes. And another problem is that machine creates even pressure from distal to proximal area. But in our bandaging, we create more pressure at the distal end than the proximal area. So this machine is not used lymph edema. It is only useful in another type of edema. So here we completed our session. Thank you very much. If there is a question, you can free to ask any question. Himanshu sir. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
हाँ जी sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening. So, sorry, sir. Actually, there was some network issue. I was standing outside to be in the network area.
Okay, okay.
So,
Okay, okay, okay.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I was listening from the mobile phone while standing outside on the gate.
Okay.
So thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your such a kind
Thank
elaboration
you.
on the topic, and it was a nice explanation. And we have a lot of learning today in the session about the
Yes.
rehabilitation of the cancer patient. Now, can we go ahead for the
Ji.
question answer session, sir?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we already have some queries here. So let us
Yes.
initiate. So there is one question that is cupping therapy, cupping technique and other manual therapy techniques are helpful for the lymphedema management.
Yeah. Sometimes cupping with very less pressure is essence very good. Sometimes I also use cupping, but not static cupping.
Okay,
It should be movable cup with very less pressure. Dynamic cupping is very much good.
okay, okay. Sir, there's one more query that the
Yes.
duration. Dr. Sandesh is asking about duration of phase 1 and phase 2.
No, duration
Duration of phase 1 and phase 2.
and bandaging is should be 24 into 7 for 6 to usually for 4 to 6 weeks is more than enough. And sometimes it differs with the patients. The because we maintain that assessment chart, if we are almost at the comparison with the normal limb, this is our total duration of treatment. But repetition of MLD is 5 to 7.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Next question is Faraday's under pressure should be used or not? Practical
sorry?
demonstration. Faraday's under pressure for the lymphedema management.
No,
Can
no,
it be
I'm not
used or
getting
not?
it. What? Faraday's?
Yes, sir. Faraday's under pressure.
No, no, no. Any type of electrotherapy we cannot be used.
Okay.
Only low level laser use or any other electrotherapy modality we cannot use.
Okay. Now, now there is one more question, sir. How we can
Yes.
diagnose lymphatic filariasis?
Lymphatic filariasis when usually then there are very much hardness of the skin is there. Some skin breaking are also there. You can see that some abrasion are there. So filariasis usually it's a form of lymphostatic elephantiasis.
Okay. There is one more query, sir. Uh,
Yes.
how much pressure we should apply at the distal end in comparison to the proximal end while bandaging?
There is not a मतलब scaly measurement, but usually at the three bandage we start with distal end and then we continue with the to the proximal area.
Okay, okay. So there's one query, sir, from Jitendu, sir, that what is the role of strong surge Faraday current in lymphedema post
No, no,
mastectomy?
no, no role of Faraday current. As I told you, no electrotherapy can be used in lymphedema.
Okay. Sir, can we have the reasoning why it should not be used?
Because in the acute cases when we use any type of electrotherapy it can spread by when we learn our electrotherapy the first contraindication is cancer. So there are certain particles we can spread at the area, the cancer tissues can spread at that area. That's why usually in the acute cases we don't use that electrotherapy.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Uh, sir, can we please summarize the role of IFT and laser and vacuum therapy in lymphedema management?
Vacuum therapy, as I told you, we can use that cupping only, not by electrotherapy vacuum, because they have much pressure. So because of that vacuum, the leakage can be happen at that area, and the lymph fluid can come outside from the limb. And another one is that what you say that IFT.
IFT, yes, sir.
IFT cannot be used in laser. We can use low level laser in if there is a trigger point of the pain.
Okay, okay.
But usually we can use that ice only for pain. If the pain is not subside by the ice, then we go for low level laser only, no electrotherapy.
Okay. So is there any role of TENS for the pain management
In chronic stage,
in
if
chronic
like
stage?
as I told, I have a patient after 20 years. In this patient, we can use 10, but in acute stage, we can't use 10s with low frequency.
Okay, sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the kind elaboration.
Thank you.
And we have a good questions here. Means we were carefully listening the session, and we have
Yeah.
very good curiosities. Means we have very good learning here in the session. So we are really grateful to you, sir, for
Thank you,
this
sir.
kind elaboration on the topic. And
I hope
and
I hope I was not very fast.
no, sir. It was good enough. So at last, can I just last question? Can I take?
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Please,
Is there any role of
please.
proteins in MLD, sir? I think it is about
Yeah,
manual lymphatic. Yeah.
no, usually in lymphedema, we usually advise the patient for a low protein diet because there is a accumulation of the protein rich fluid. So usually we advise for low protein diet, but it doesn't make more difference.
Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for a kind elaboration on the topic, and we have almost finished with many more queries here. And
Yes,
diet regime, I think it is not a part of today's topic. So maybe sir
yeah,
has given the brief introduction of the diet, but for diet we'll try in some other session, specifically the diet management. But I think some
yeah.
overview has been given by the sir during the session. So we cannot take the diet and diet related questions. And so finally, sir, this was an outstanding session that we have get lots of queries and very good compliments and very good feedback over here in the chat box. So we are really grateful
Thank you,
to
sir.
you. We are
Thank
honored to have you with us, sir. So it is our
thank
indeed pleasure that you spared your precious time to share your knowledge with us. And it is also a matter of pleasure for us, even the matter of honor for us that many senior faculty members joins us regularly. And it is just because of their support, their blessings that we can do something for the profession. So we are also grateful
thank
to all of them. Uh, we are really heartfully thankful to the all senior faculty members who are present here. My teachers, Harsha, Ritu ma'am, Charu ma'am, and other senior faculty members like Kalpana ma'am and Jiten Munjal sir, and also our previous resource person, Dr. Jagpreet Singh sir, also joined us. So we are really grateful to you for your continuous support and your kind words and your blessings for these all endeavors we are trying to do. So thank you everyone for joining with us and in the entire session, in the entire series of the webinars. And at the last, I have information that tomorrow we have the session on how the gut affects the health and diseases. So it has been taken by the Dr. Vinita Bagela tomorrow at 9 p.m. So stay tuned. I think I have just today morning has posted the uh, flyers of the webinar. If anybody has any query, they can personally message me on the WhatsApp. If they doesn't get the flyers and details, I can provide them. And the same registration link you have will always update all the new webinars on the same registration link. So you can directly go to the registration link. You just try login again, and you can find out the next webinars, next topics. So register soon. The seats are very limited, and stay safe, stay tuned. We'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.